You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
Yes, you are listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast, as it's day number 3 of the 360 Nationals. We'll recap last night's racing program and get you the lineup set up for tonight. We'll start with time trials. Quick time was the 27 of Carson McCarl at 16:020, $500 from Cedar Rapids Wind Pump. Second quick was the lot from Parker Price Miller in 71P at 16:154. Third was Gio Selzy in the 7BC at 16:170. Fourth was the 3P of Sawyer Phillips at 16:180. Fifth, the 40G of Clint Gardner at 16:186. Sixth, the 22 Riley Goodnow at 16:244. Seventh, the 24 Rico Abreu at 16:292. Eighth was the 10 of Ryan Timms at 16:314. Ninth was the 3 of Darren Pittman at 16:327. 10th was the 2 junior of Kelly Miller at 16:339. 11th was the 24 Taylor McCarl, T-Mac, at 16:345. Cam Martin was in the 4 car was 12th at 16:391. 13th to 21 of Brian Brown at 16:421. 14th to 36 of Jason Martin at a 16:421. 15th to 17 of Tyler Grindike at 16:432. 16th was the 77X of Alex Hill at a 16:471. 17th was the 5 of Brendan Crouch at 16:494. 18th, the 1 Taz, the Tasker Phillips at a 16:502. 19th was the 25 of Tim Cady at 16:517. 20th was Brady Baker in the 71 at 16:522. 21st was the 52 of Blake Holland at 16:548. 22nd, 27B of Jake Buback at 16:568. 23rd, the 9 of Casey Kane at 16:617. 24th, the 14T of Brooke Tatnell at a 16:674. 25th was the 01 of Kobe Copeland at 16:734. 26th was the 03 of Jack Dover at 16:784. 27th, the 10L of Landon Brett at a 16:798. 28th, the 157 of Cam Swirls at a 16:823. 29th, the 7 of Tyler Lee at a 16:856. 30th was the 23 of Chase Dietz at a 16:875. 31st, the 16G of Austin Gossel at 16:918. 32nd was the 3P of Russell Potter at a 16:920. 33rd was the 17B of Ryan Bickett at 16:953. 34th, the 23W of Scott Winters at a 16:987. 35th, the 4C of Tuesday Calderwood at 17:025. 36th, the 31 of McCain Richards at 17:177. 37th to 29 of Emilio Hoover at 17:258. 38th was the 88T of Terry Easom at 17:344. 39th, Preston ladder miss in the 91 at a 17.403. 40th was a 13 VSF Bramer at 17.458. 41st, the 14 of Aiden Zoot at 17.460. 42nd, the 7W Justin Zimmerman at 17.881. Brad Sweet was 49th quick or the 49 was 43rd quick, disqualified at the scales. And then 44th, the 1M of Sean McCullen with no time. Heat race number 1 went to Jack Dover, second Blake Hahn, third Terry McCarl, fourth the final transfer Carson McCarl, fifth Riley Goodnow, sixth Alex Hill, seventh Austin Gossel, eighth Aiden Zoot, and ninth McCain Richards. Heat race number 2 went to Jake Buback, second Rico Abiru, third Cam Martin, fourth the final transfer Parker Price Miller, fifth was Brendan Crouch, sixth Landon Britt, seventh Russell Potter, eighth Justin Zimmerman, and ninth Emilio Hoover. Heat race number 3 went to Cam Swirls, second Brian Brown, third Ryan Timms, fourth final transfer Casey Kane, fifth was Tasker Phillips, sixth Ryan Bickett, seventh Terry Eastham, eighth Gio Selzy, and did not start ninth Brad Sweet. Heat race 4 went to Tyler Lee, second Brooke Tadnell, third Jason Martin, fourth and final transfer Tim Cady, fifth was Sawyer Phillips, sixth Darren Pittman, seventh Scott Winters, eighth Preston Lamis, and did not start in ninth was Sean McCullen. Heat race number 5 went to Chase Dietz, second Kobe Copeland, third Clint Gardner, fourth final transfer Kelly Miller, fifth was Brady Baker, sixth Tuesday Calderwood, seventh Seth Bramer, and eighth Tyler Gurndike. In the B main, your winner was Gio Selzy, second Riley Goodnow, third Sawyer Phillips, fourth the final transfer was Tasker Phillips, followed by fifth Brennan Crouch, sixth Tyler Gurndike, seventh Aaron Freeman, eighth Alex Hill, ninth Brady Baker, 10th Landon Britt, 11th Russell Potter, 12th Scott Winters, 13th Ryan Bickett, 14th Preston Lattermas, 15th Terry Eastham, 16th Emilio Hoover, 17th was Justin Zimmerman, 18th Austin Gossel, 19th Tuesday Calderwood, 20th Seth Bramer, 21st McCain Richards, 22nd Aiden Zoo, and did not start. 23rd was Radsley, and 24th Sean McCullen. In the A main, your winner was Rico Abreu, second Ryan Timms, third Parker Price Miller, fourth Cam Martin, fifth Carson McCarl, sixth Terry McCarl, seventh Brian Brown, eighth Clint Gardner, ninth Gio Selzy, 10th to Jake Buback, 11th Tasker Phil, 12th Kobe Copeland, 13th Jack Dover, 14th Casey Kane, 15th Sawyer Phillips, 16th Kelly Miller, 17th Jason Martin, 18th to Tim Cady, 19th Tyler Lee, 20th Brooke Tadnell, 21st Chase Deeds, 22nd Cam Swirls, 23rd Riley Goodnow, 24th Blake Hahn. Cam Martin led 1 through 4, Tim's 5 through 8, Brew was 9 and 10, Tim's 11 through 16, 17 to 20 was a Brew, and Hard Charger was Tasker Phillips. And now the lineups for tonight's program. We'll start with the A main and how the points wrapped up. The A main will be 30 laps. The distance will be the distance. Here is your starting lineup right now. First will be the 24-hour of Rico Abreu at 485. Second, the 71P of Parker Price Miller at 485. Third, the 27 of Carson McCarl at 483. Fourth, the 57 of Kyle Larson at 478. And fifth is Ryan Timms at 478. Sixth will be the 26, or Ryan Timms in the 10 was 5th. 6th, the 26, of Justin Peck at 477. 7th, the 44, Chris Martin at 476. 8th, the 87 of Justin Sanders at 473. 9th, the 21T of James McFadden at 472. 10th be the 40G of Clint Gardner at 472. 11th, the 88 of Austin McCarl at 471. 12th, the 4 Cam Martin at 466. 13th, the 9R of Chase Randall at 465. 14th, the 63 of JJ Hinkle at 465. 15th, the 24 of Terry McCarl at 464. 16th, the 21 of Brian Brown at 461. 17th, the 7BC of J.L. Sulzy at 459. 18th, the 3P of Sawyer Phillips at 454. 19th, the 40 of Ryan Levitt at 453. And 20th, the 18T Tanner Holmes at 451. Then you add your 4 transfer cars to round out the field. Remember, all these lineups are subject to change. We'll start now with the B main. It will be 18 laps in distance. 21st in points was the 13 of Jason Persley at 449. 22nd, the 55 of Kerry Madsen at 445. 23rd, the 2M of Ryan Giles at 445. 24th, the 2 junior Kelly Miller at 443. 25th, the 27B of Jake Bubeck at 440. 26th, the 6 of Dustin Salvage at 440. 27th, the 36 of Jason Martin at 436. And 28th, the 1 Taz of Tasker Phillips at 440 or 34. 29th will be the 99 of Tony Ross at 434. 30th is the 24H of Kate Higday at 434. 31st, the 22 Riley Goodnow at 434. 32nd, the 09 of Matt Jewell at 430. 33rd, the 01 of Kobe Copeland at 427. 34th, the 03 of Jack Dover at 426. 35th, the 15H of Sam Haferteeth at 426. 36th, the 9 of Casey Kane at 421. 37th, the 25 of Tim Kane at 421. 38th, the 4W Jamie Ball at 416. 39th, the 14T of Brooke Tadnell at 413. And 40th is the 3F of Derek Hagar at 411. And then add your 4 transfer cars from the C main. Speaking of the C main, 12 laps will be the distance. Here is the lineup for the C main. 41st in points was the 52 Blake Hahn at 411. 42nd, the 35 of Skylar Paraska at 409. 43rd, the 86 of Timothy Smith at 409. 44th, was the 7 of Tyler Lee at 408. 45th, the 3 of Darren Pittman at 407. 46th, Matt Cummington in the 95 at 406. 47th, the 157 of Cam Swirls at 404. 48th, the 23 of Chase Dietz at 402. 49th was the 55B of Chase Brown at 398. 50th, the 13M of Brent Moffitt at 398. 51st, the 5 of Brennan Crouch at 398. 52nd, the 17A of Jack Anderson at 396. 53rd, the 17 of Tyler Grindike at 391. 54th, the 77X of Alex Hill at 391. 55th is the 45X of Kyler Johnson at 388. 56th, the 71 of Brady Baker at 384. 57th, the 5A of Alex Vandervoort at 382. 58th in points was 11N of Casey Jenderneck at 377. And 59th in points, the 11X of Hank Davis at 370. And 60th, the 10L Landon Britt at 365. And then you add your 4 cars from the D main. Speaking of the D, it'll be 10 laps the distance. Here's your lineup. 61st in points was the 3R Russell Potter at 350. 62nd, the 17B of Ryan Bickett at 347. 63rd, the 38 of Logan Alexander at 346. 64th, the 88R Ryder LaPlante at 345. 65th is the 7B of Ben Brown at 344. 66th, the 23W of Scott Winters at 344. 67th, the 16G of Austin Gossel at 338. 68, the 39 Junior of Braden Mount at 337. 69th, the 2J of Zach Blurton at 335. 70th, it's the 83 of Kurt Mueller at 335. 71st, it's the 33 of Alan Zoo at 335. 72nd, the Ford C of Tuesday Collarwood at 331. 73rd, it's the 88T of Terry Easom at 330. The 74th was the 1A of John Anderson at 330. 75th is the 91 of Preston Latimus at 327. 76th was the 29 of Amelia Hoover at 324. 77th is the 7C of Chris Morgan at 322. 78th, the 11B of Kaylee Bryson at 316. 79th, the 13V of Seth Bramer at 316. 80th, the 31 McLean Richards at 316. 81st, the 7W Justin Zimmerman at 315. 82nd, the T4 Tyler Graves at 315. 83rd was the 14 of Aiden Zoot at 307. 84th, the 2N of Shad Peterson at 304. 85th, the 49 of Brad Sweet at 298. And 86th, the 1M of Sean McCullen at 294. We'll see you tomorrow with the recap of the finals and a quick preview of the Capitaine Classic. This has been another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast with Marshall Hain. Follow us on Twitter at Dirt_podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.